Hello everyone. This is a very sped up, as you can tell very shortly, version, just a playthrough of Killing Floor, normal mode, short length on Manor. Um, my first post-com, so this should be interesting. Just sort of talk about the game, my first experiment with speeding things up, if you can hear any audio, which I think I am going to make it so you can hear a little bit. It's going to basically sound like you're listening to chipmunk zombies, which is actually kind of entertaining because the trader's like, and yeah, that's funny. Looks like I'm shooting really fast and I'm super pro, but I'm really not because I'm not. Anyways, this is a strategy I've sort of been using to do really well, sort of farm sharpshooter perk, because that's just like really good as long as you can get headshots, which if you can play a shooter game, you can probably get headshots. So just sort of starting a train, pull the knife out, run really fast. Killing Floor, a lot of people have recently bought it because it was on sale on Steam for like 80% off and then only $4. It's a good zombie game. I am kind of worried because at some point all of the skins are going to change, all the textures for like the zombies, because especially like right now all these are summer skins and I don't know what like the zombies are going to look like, so I don't know. That will be interesting to see if it's like a totally different looking game once it's no longer summertime. Here I am slicing a tree because just so much time. Gives you a lot of time between rounds. Sometimes it depends on where the shop's at. Like if the shop's really close to where you're at, if you work your way well to the shop, then you'll have a lot of time between rounds and just will be bored and slice open trees. It's the it actually, which is cool, like unlike TF2, if you slice at something, it doesn't leave a bullet hole. It sort of makes slash marks, which even come pretty close to following like where you've knifed a tree. But that's just like aesthetically something I enjoy. I like something looking realistic in that kind of aspect too, because I do get bored and start slashing trees. So these caves, if you've played it, these caves, you can just sort of train stuff in here. Get a big group of people. If I see like a crawler was down that hallway, I'm gonna avoid that because he might just get in my way and let me get trapped and destroyed, which isn't good. Yeah. I don't have much to say. Just wander through these corridors, jump over the husk shots, just sort of like a rocket in TF2. Try to dodge it, then you don't get blown up and die. Pretty simple. I really like the 9mm tactical, especially if you're going sharpshooter. You can sort of just go with this gun for a few rounds and do okay. It's a lot easier on the low mode. I've done, as you've seen with my other episodes, some play with cough syrup, and it's more difficult, partially because you have to communicate, and me and him don't really, like, aren't great at that. I mean, there's something behind me, and it's like, what did you just say? Yeah, it doesn't make it super easy necessarily. Down here is one of the shop locations. There's actually two really nice spots. Like if you're playing multiplayer inside the house, you can camp in there and like have one person guard one door, one person guard the other door, and it works pretty well. If I'm doing single player, I like to train. I like this weapon because it just does some pretty solid damage, part of the sharpshooter stuff, so you get damage bonus. The perks in this game actually I really like. I like the perk system. I spent many an hour trying to level stuff up, like obsessive compulsively trying to level up the firebug. Yeah, firebug, because right now my skin's the blue pyro, which you can't really see, but blue team, always play blue team. I really enjoy the leveling up system, even though I would never use it. This game plays from, I think, like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. or something last night, 2 nights ago, I don't know. Somewhere in there where I was just like, you know what, I'm going to actually really try for a round and not go around and try to light things on fire. The MAC-10 is like an incendiary weapon, which makes no sense, because, like, why would the MAC-10 shoot fire bullets? But I'm not complaining. Fire's good. Fire's fun. What else do I want to talk about? On sort of the subject of, like, DF2, giant update, I've obsessively opened lots of summer crates and gotten some mediocre hats. That's crates. That's how they work. Yay. Summer sale, that's always fun. I've already spent more money on things than I planned to spend on things. Like, I was only going to buy the BioShock games, but I've already bought Left 4 Dead 2, because I bought that within like 5 minutes of the summer sale opening. What is what is like control of money and spending. Skrakes, those are annoying, but if you train them, they don't really attack you, and you can sort of juke them out, especially, and if you can get them to run into a wall, they kind of stop, which is a little bit of a bug that if you, like, have a Skrake smashes chainsaw into a wall, it just sort of ignores you from then on. I like this area too, it's fairly wide open, but they all come through the same spot because of the fences narrowing right there, so especially if you have, like, the M99, I think that's what it is, you can just sort of shoot a sniper bullet down there and take out like 30 enemies at a time. The only issue is you do sort of fire shots behind you and figure, okay, I'll pick off a few things each time I turn around, and then you get left with like 2 Skrakes and 2 bloaters, and if you get trapped because you weren't really paying attention to where you were going, you get destroyed really quick. So as I just sort of popped up on the screen for a sec, I was hosting a server for myself. I don't really know why. There's no benefit. I wasn't like playing on Sandbox or anything, but I figured, yeah, M99 AMR. I figured I would just play on a server, get some practice, sort of with a little bit of the lag, even though I didn't have anybody else in here to tank my ping a little bit. I did, and I was playing with Koff until like only 3 or 4 rounds before I recorded this. Goodness gracious. I sped this up a ton, like most of the videos in 2 times speed, and I am struggling with coming up with things to talk about still. One of the downsides, you do end up with something like the M99 AMR, and your run speed decreases quite a bit, and that's just kind of a pain, because it's like you get in this mode where you're training and you know how fast you are compared to everything else with like just having the 9 equipped, and then you get something equipped and it totally raises your whole level of carrying capacity and slows your speed down, which is, I mean, it's a good way to do that. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna have a rocket launcher strapped to my back and walk as fast as I would if I just had a knife. I mean, you don't see Usain Bolt sprinting like races with rocket launchers on his back, because that'd be weird. I really do like this gun, the M99. If you get like a whole bunch of headshots, it doesn't matter. You just feel better about yourself, because it one-hit kills any of the small stuff with a body shot. I do wish you could crouch in this game. I do lots of crouching in lots of games, and I've tried to get out of the habit of source jumping and Half-Life jumping, just like, I'm gonna hit control and then space and jump higher. No, that doesn't work. You just sort of stop moving and usually walk into a railing and then get totally destroyed in a corner by zombies and die. Which isn't fun, because you're supposed to survive. The Z time thing, that is really nice. That's one of the fun things about this game. I still am yet to figure out like when and why it happens, but if you get it, it's just a fun little additive to the game. It makes it a little different. It's not just like constant monotonous, I'm going to try to kill zombies and guys always charging after you. Sort of get like a half second of, okay, I can try to actually aim a couple shots as I miss a couple shots with the M99. I mean, I didn't really hit that siren, but I sort of clipped her and just instantly dead because it was near the head. And you do so much damage, especially with Sharpshooter perk. I know I'm only level 3. I've had this game for, what, like 2 days, and I'm already at level 3 and I have, I don't know how many hours of playtime, quite a few. And I'm just really having fun with it. Because of the last round coming up. Yeah. My strategy pretty much for the Patriarch, because it's the Patriarch and the boss and stuff, is to just try to shoot him in the face with the M99. Or, like, if I'm going support specialist, I think that's the combat one. Or the shotgun guy. You can just sort of walk up to him and release 20 fully automatic shotgun rounds, and he'll die somewhere around, like, 8, if you're on normal mode. Beginner mode's kind of fun, too, just in the sense of you can run around as a berserker and knife the Patriarch to death. But that was just, like, the first couple of rounds of me trying to figure out what the classes did. Pretty much done here. I really don't like how he turns invisible and then you can't really see him. Like the stalkers, you can sort of see, you can track them. This was really dumb, actually. I walked myself into a corner, and I probably should have died here, but I got a whole bunch of headshots. I got quite a few headshots right out the bat, or right in a row. That's what the right word is. And then came out here, have a crawler right here, just sort of get away from him. Look around for the Patriarch, because I just can't see this stupid dude. Of course, eventually, I bump into him, because that's kind of the only way you ever, like, see him, is you bump into him. Can sort of see him. Boom, headshot. He's dead. I win normal mode. I feel good about myself. My squad survived. Everything went well. Well, thank you for watching. First post-com. See how it went. Bye. And if you so desired, you could like and or subscribe.